Have you ever noticed that when you stop trying so hard, things just start working out? It's like the moment you quit chasing something, it suddenly begins to chase you. Relationships are no different. The harder you cling, the further someone pulls away. I know what you're thinking: you don't want to lose her. You believe that if you just explain yourself, remind her of the good times, or prove how much you care, she'll snap out of it. But what if I told you that your way of thinking is all wrong? What if the only way to turn things around is to do what terrifies you most: let go of control? In this video, we're not going to talk about tricks or manipulative tactics. We're going to discuss a mindset shift that will not only help you navigate this relationship but ensure you never feel desperate for someone's attention again. Section 1: Understanding why she's pulling away. The first thing to realize is that she isn't pulling away because she wants to leave. She's reacting to a shift she feels. In the beginning, there was excitement, mystery, and discovery. But something changed along the way. Maybe you started prioritizing her too much, constantly checking in, making her the center of your world. While this seems like love, to her, it feels like she no longer has to earn your attention. And when something comes too easily, it loses its value. Men make the mistake of trying harder. They ask, "What's wrong?" They get emotional. But the right move isn't to chase, it's to step back and allow space for balance to return. Let her feel the absence of what she once valued. Let her remember why she was drawn to you in the first place. Story example: imagine a man named Jake. When he first met Emma, he was ambitious, focused on his goals, and had a rich social life. But as the relationship grew, he started sacrificing his passions, canceling plans, and making her the sole focus of his life. Over time, Emma felt suffocated. She wasn't drawn to the clingy, predictable version of Jake. She missed the confident man she first met. The moment Jake realized this and refocused on himself, Emma started coming back, intrigued by the shift. Section 2: Attraction is about energy, not words. Have you ever seen a guy who doesn't talk much but still draws people in? That's because attraction isn't about what you say, it's about how you make her feel. Women pick up on energy more than words. If your energy is weak, needy, or insecure, she'll sense it. You might think that saying the right thing will fix everything, but if your energy is off, if you're anxious, over-explaining, or trying too hard, she won't believe it. Instead of trying to convince her with words, shift your energy. Stand firm in who you are. Be present, be calm, and be comfortable in your own skin. A woman is drawn to a man who doesn't need her approval to feel confident. Story example: Mark had always been outgoing and fun, but when his girlfriend started becoming distant, he panicked. He sent long messages explaining his love, asked her what was wrong constantly, and tried everything to fix the relationship. But nothing worked. Then, he decided to stop. He focused on himself, hitting the gym, reconnecting with friends, and pursuing his passions. The result? She started reaching out more, curious about his shift in energy. Section 3: Predictability kills attraction. Think about your favorite song. The first time you hear it, it excites you. But if you play it every single day, the excitement fades. That's what happens when a relationship becomes too predictable. Attraction thrives on a balance between comfort and excitement. If she always knows what you're going to say, that you'll always text her first, and that you'll always be available, the emotional spark weakens. She stops feeling the thrill of earning your attention because she already knows she has it without effort. This doesn't mean you need to play games. It means you need to stop making her your entire focus. Remember who you were when she first met you. You had a life, goals, and interests that made you attractive in the first place. Get back to that. Story example, David was always available. Every time his girlfriend called, he answered immediately. He always said yes to every plan. At first, she appreciated it, but soon, she started losing interest. Why? Because there was no challenge, no excitement. When David realized this and started prioritizing himself, her interest reignited. Section 4, Distance creates desire. Think about the last time you truly missed something: a song, a place, or even a person. You didn't miss it because it was always there, you missed it because it wasn't. That's human psychology. We crave what we don't have all the time. The same applies here. If you're constantly texting, calling, and making sure she knows you're available, she won't feel your presence because she never has to feel your absence. But if you step back not as a manipulation tactic but as a genuine move to give space, she will start to notice. She will start wondering about you. And when a woman starts wondering about you, emotions shift in your favor. Story example, Ryan was deeply in love with his girlfriend, but she started acting distant. Instead of suffocating her with attention, he decided to step back and focus on himself. Within weeks, she started reaching out, curious about his sudden change. She missed him because she finally had the chance to. Section 5, If she doesn't come back, it was never meant to last. Not every woman is meant to stay in your life. And that's okay. The wrong ones leave so the right one can show up. If she pulls away and never comes back, don't see it as a loss. See it as a blessing. You don't want a woman who only stays when you chase her. You want a woman who chooses you even when you're not trying so hard. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that if you just did something differently, she would have stayed. Maybe if you texted more, called more, or showed more affection, things would have worked out. But the truth is, love and attraction don't work that way. A real connection isn't about chasing or proving your worth, it's about two people who naturally gravitate toward each other. Think about it. The strongest relationships are built on mutual respect and shared energy, not desperation or fear of loss. If she left and didn't look back, then she wasn't the one who was meant to walk this path with you. And that's not a reflection of your worth, it's just reality. The right person won't need to be convinced to stay, they'll want to stay because they see your value without you having to prove it. So instead of dwelling on what went wrong, shift your focus. Pour your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Build a life that excites you. Chase your dreams, not people. When you do that, the right person, the one who truly belongs in your life, will find you effortlessly. And this time, you won't have to chase, beg, or convince them to stay. They'll stay because they see the man you are, and they won't want to lose you. Lesson: the best relationships aren't built on desperation, they're built on mutual attraction, respect, and choice. Final thoughts: become, don't chase. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this: you don't need to chase, you need to level up. The men who get walked over are the ones who put their entire self-worth into whether a woman stays or leaves. But the men who truly have it, they focus on themselves. They build a life that naturally attracts people. So, ask yourself, are you trying to get her back, or are you trying to get yourself back? Because when you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, that's when everything changes. Women can feel when a man is walking in his purpose. And that's the guy they can't ignore. Forget the chase. Be the man she doesn't want to lose. Look, You can't control how she feels, but you can control how you respond. The strongest men don't try to force a connection, they walk away with their self-respect intact. Attraction isn't built by convincing someone to stay, it's built by being someone worth staying for. So don't chase. Don't beg. Just become. Because when you do that, everything else falls into place.